Hello everyone, what's up? This is Addie here guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's always good, when you get time to explore different things and different cultures. So because I did mention you guys that, I'm trying to revive those beautiful, amazing history that we have of this world, of different countries, and this is just a small initiative where we can, start thinking and discussing about the cultural aspect of different countries. And that's why today I'm here to watch some old videos of Phnom Penh. That's one of the major cities in Cambodia, and there are some old footages of the 1930s. It's quite exciting because I have done a lot of Cambodian videos when I started this channel, and I did study about Angkor Wat and so many of the historical importance of existence of Cambodia. And there are a lot of stories behind what Cambodia is today. I mean, like, if you want to check out my old videos, you can always do so. And talking about Cambodia, I really love this country because of its culture and the heritage that they have somehow preserved it from so many centuries, and that's really an amazing thing. So guys, without wasting much time, let's check out these old footages. And guys, you can always feel free to share your thoughts and opinion about what do you think about all these things. I'm always looking forward to learn something from all of you, so feel free to share anything that you want to. And just in case if you're here on my channel for the first time, my name is Addie. I'm from India. I make reaction videos on travel, culture, music and different things. And in case if you want to support me, you can always do so. The links are given down on below. And in case if you want to check out my other channels, the links are also given down below. So guys, without wasting much time, let's watch these old clips of Cambodia.
As our boat entered the broad mouth of the Mekong River, we were on deck, eager for our first glimpse of the little town Phnom Penh, where we were to land and outfit our expedition for Angkor. Passing through the rich delta flats, we felt the hypnotic power of this tropical land. There was something menacing and magnetic in the blue-black jungle crouching on the river banks. The enthusiasm which had filled us since leaving France was offset for an instant by this unknown...
Just imagine someone who has probably might have shot all this, clips. We don't even know whether who was that person behind, all these things. But just imagine if we are not leaving behind anything for our next generation, things will disappear. And somehow, I don't know whether this channel will be there or not, or the one who has actually uploaded all these things, but at least when I'm making these reaction videos, at least this video will be saved in form of, as long as my channel also is there, so people can always, if they want to find out this clip of old Cambodia, they can always come to my channel and have a look. Because I think YouTube gives us an option where you can it's like a scrapbook. You can keep things forever and over, and as long as YouTube or this world exists, I believe all these things will be there for us, right?
Mysterious country. Almost immediately this feeling was relieved by the novel sights around us. Floating villages built on bamboo rafts that rise and fall with the tides and floods. A strange sight indeed. An indolent way to live. The water provides food and also solves the problem of sanitation. Many natives are born, reared, and spend their entire lives in these floating villages without ever setting foot on land. Approaching the harbor of Phnom Penh, capital city of Cambodia, we saw crowds of natives in holiday attire gathered for the annual boat races, a picturesque and colorful scene. We were fortunate to arrive at such a momentous occasion.
Man, this is so good, bro. Wow.
The canoes are 60 feet long and have 40 men to a crew. The coxswain sits in front because the men face front. He beats the stroke for all the world like the captain of an ancient...
We have the same thing also happening in Kerala. It's like one of the southeastern one of the southern states in India, Kerala. So we have annual boat race happening there. That's so nice to see that.
Slave The boat with the flag was last year's champion and now wins again. Its crew stand up to the sweeps like gondoliers. The long, barbaric canoes fit perfectly into this tropical setting. We hurried up the main street of Phnom Penh and seemed a curiosity to the children. Primitive ox carts and native cabs drawn by ponies were the only methods.
Who knew about Cambodia back then, that they will produce some of the amazing musicians who will be popular all across the globe? For example, now when you listen to Wanda's music, and when you see Cambodia here, so much of change that has happened. No, the modern world we have so many amenities and so many stuff happening all around, but I really, when I always compare things of the the 18th century or the 17th century with the modern world, I always love to derive conclusions of how things have evolved. That gives me a kind of pleasure always doing that, so that's why I am watching these amazing old clips.
Of transportation. Teeming markets displaying cooked food flank the streets in a typically Oriental manner.
So good, man. These are vintage clips, bro. These are vintage clips, guys. I mean, whoa.
Visiting the King's Palace Gardens, our interest was arrested by carvings of 7-headed cobras on each side of the principal pagoda stairway, representing the goddess Naga. Legend has it that Naga herself was a cobra, and when each king took a new bride, Naga assumed the shape of a human virgin, displacing the bride, spending the wedding night with the king.
We use the same word in India also. Naga basically represents the snake.
And next morning reassuming her character of cobra. Being guests of the king, we were permitted to see the royal Cambodian dancers.
Oh, yes.
We noticed on the left an outstanding figure wearing a monkey mask, representing the Prince of the Apes. The dance portrays princesses dancing for him, and all of the action centers around the figure wearing the monkey mask. The extraordinary motif astounded us. The unbelievable suggestion of apes wielding power over human beings was unheard of outside of this part of the world,
so cool,
and
man.
dates back to ancient times.
Whoa.
Monkeys are sacred throughout Cambodia. They swarm everywhere, never tied or caged, never killed by man, even given houses of their own, and living like gluttons while poor peasants go hungry. Centuries of protection have bred a race of apes who are fearless of mankind. The royal elephants, used only on single limbs. Every day at 2 o'clock, they make their way to the river where they're met by keepers who give them a bath, not only to cool them off, but to soften their hides and keep their great hoof pads clean and pliable. Water affords them great relief in this hot tropical country, which is only a few degrees removed from the equator.
Imagine almost 100 years old clips, almost 100 years old, guys. Oh, man.
The A few mornings later, in a steaming jungle fog, we loaded our supplies into ox carts and started for the boat landing. When the natives learned our destination was Angkor, they refused to rent us their boats, or sampans as they call them. They said that white men who went to Angkor never came back, and they didn't want to lose their boats. They insisted the curse of the high gods had been on the jungles for centuries. This was our first intimation of the obstacles and hazards ahead of us. In the end, we were compelled to buy their boats outright, and with much difficulty and bribery, we finally succeeded in getting together enough men to handle them.
Whoa.
As we pulled out into the stream, starting on our long journey, our headman's wife and baby were on the shore to bid him bon voyage. We noticed he had brought stowaway friends with him for whose services we hadn't bargained. Our number one boy was a likable chap, but strange and mysterious. They all are. Angkor is 300 miles inland, and at the time of our expedition, rivers were the only highways to Angkor. 1,000 years ago, this land was greater than Egypt at its prime. When William the Conqueror swooped down on England, Charlemagne fought the Gauls, Cambodia led the world. It led the world in culture.
I mean, guys, oh, this clip ends abruptly here. Felt like it's like a documentary that will never end. I was quite excited to know what happens next. Maybe I need to find out the other parts of the same clip. Now, who made this documentary? I have no idea. I just randomly came across this channel and I thought, like, let me watch this and connect with all of you to know more about it. It's really interesting, right, guys? I mean, wow, man. Just imagine somebody actually thought of making such documentaries back then. I don't know how you think or how do you relate to me, but can you guys imagine like the kind of smart people they were, like whoever made those kind of things? Because of them, like because of these clips, at least you have something, still there which you can relate to. But this is so amazing, man. I would love to know from all of you guys what do you think about this clip, or if you want to share anything about the old history of Cambodia. I have made a lot of videos before. I have come across the history of Angkor and how they preserved it, and the kind of the wars that kept on happening in Cambodia, in that part of Southeast Asia. But anything that you would like to share with me, or if you want me to watch, I'll be really happy to do that, guys. It's really amazing to come up, watch these videos. I can sit down and watch these videos for hours and hours. That's my love for history. It's not just restricted to India. I just love exploring history of different countries. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Do let me know in the comment section if you have any other request. I'll come back again with another video. Until then, guys, take care, stay safe. Namaste.